Welcome to the Mapungubwe cultural landscape. The site is run by South African National Parks and was declared a South African National Heritage Site in 2002 and as a World Heritage Site in 2003. Mapungubwe, the Hill of the Jackal, is where the first of the great Southern African Iron Age kingdoms flourished nearly a millennium ago. Although this remarkable site was only occupied for a few hundred years, it represents huge changes in social, economic, organizational, and cultural behaviors in the region. Here, at the confluence of the Shashe and Limpopo rivers, migrating Bantu-speaking people found a fertile floodplain and settled it. First, from about 900 BE, they were concentrated in this valley known as Schroeder, where the thriving Gizo agricultural and trade economy was established. The settlement of about 500 people was arranged around the cattle kraal, or enclosure, called the central cattle pattern, with cattle representing the wealth and currency of the society. Soon, however, the economy changed, and other forms of value began to be traded. Artifacts like glass beads and porcelain tell us that the people of Schroeder traded for Indian, Egyptian, and Chinese goods, likely via Arab traders on the eastern coastline. Schroeder has yielded the biggest collection of glass beads in southern Africa, more than all other Iron Age sites put together. The people of Schroeder also manufactured a large number of clay figurines, the largest find of clay figurines in South Africa. These represent animals, birds, human figurines, and phallic-shaped figures. Around 1020 CE, the Lepidskopje people arrived in the valley and replaced the Gizo. They began to make their own beads, smelting the original blue trade beads into larger blue beads, and probably farmed the endemic cotton, which they turned into thread using spindle whorls. Farming, trade, and other influences led to a reorganization of social order, and by the time the place known as Mapungubwe was settled, late in the 11th century CE, there is clear evidence of a class hierarchy. The first clues that this imposing hill and the plain below were the site of a wealthy and influential kingdom were uncovered in the 1930s, when archaeologists started finding extraordinary objects and grave sites atop the massive hill. The most famous of these is the gold rhino. This, along with other very valuable ceremonial objects, tell us that the leader buried on the hill was highly revered. This social organization, the royal compound and burial ground elevated atop a huge, inaccessible structure, with the aristocracy at the foot of the hill and the ordinary folk further away, is the first indication we have in South Africa of a completely hierarchical society. At its zenith, Mapungubwe probably had a population of around 9,000. It seems to have been the largest settlement in the area and was almost certainly the most powerful economic center in the region. Then, even more suddenly than it appeared, Mapungubwe was gone. By 1300 CE, the settlement had dwindled, and the focus of trade moved northwards. Why it disappeared after just a few decades is a mystery. Political forces, climate change, and overexploitation of the land are all possible reasons. All we know is that the civilization of Mapungubwe must have been remarkable to behold.